subscribe and click the bell icon to turn on notifications.
We've made the files the instructor uses in this tutorial available for free. Just click the link below in the video details to get these.
Hello everyone and welcome back to this course on Word 2019 Advanced. This is still Deb and we're in section 21 where we're starting to talk about forms in Word. And in the previous module I showed you a completed form that you can currently see here on the right hand side of the screen. And I gave you a brief explanation as to what we have in this form and the content controls that I've used. What we're going to do in this first module is we're just going to recreate the basic bare bones of this form. And this is also going to help you practice some of the skills that we've learnt earlier on in the course. Now what I've done here is I've kind of got a split screen going on. I have my completed form in the right hand side of the screen and I've just opened a new blank document in the left hand side of the screen and saved it as employee details form.docx. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to recreate what we have in the right hand side of the screen. So starting at the top, we have a header. So I'm going to double click to access my header. Now I'm going to do something very slightly different to what we have in the right hand side of the screen. I'm actually going to use my document info drop down and I'm going to put the file name at the top of this form in the header. And that's all I'm going to have. So I'm going to close my header and footer. Press enter and I'm going to type the title, HR Employee Details Form. And then underneath that, I'm going to put for HR use only. Now I have more space in between these two sentences than I would like, so I'm going to select both of my lines of text and I'm going to jump up into my paragraph settings. And I can see here in the spacing area, I have 8 points after, so I'm going to take that down to 0 and click on OK just to reduce that space. I'm then going to move this into the center of my document. So again, I can use my alignment tools within Paragraph, or I can press my keyboard shortcut Control E. And what I'm going to do now is just apply some formatting. So I'm going to select both of these lines of text and I'm going to change the font style to Sago UI. And then I'm going to make the main title here, I'm going to put that in a blue color. I'm going to make it bold and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, like so. I'm also going to do something similar for this line of text. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, so let's increase our font size to 12. And I'm going to make that italics, so Control I. So all fairly straightforward so far. Let's put in a couple of carriage returns. And you can see there by the looks of my cursor, I still have it in italic mode and it's centered. So I'm going to want to turn those off. So I'm going to do Control I to remove italics and I'm going to left align to the margin. We're now going to type in date with a colon. Hit enter twice and employee ID with a colon. And that is all for the time being. Let's press enter a couple more times. Now what I want here is I want to have a first name and a last name field with a line above them so that people can enter in the relevant information. Now, what you may not have noticed is that this is actually in a table in this right-hand document. So if I was to go back to this document and just to make it easier to see, if I go to the design ribbon and just turn on all borders, you can see exactly the layout of this table. So what I have here is a table that is 3 columns by 2 rows. Now the reason I have 3 columns is because I have this little column in the middle so that when I add the lines, I get a space in between them. So let's recreate this table on the left-hand side. I'm going to go up to Insert, down to Table, and we want 3 columns by 2 rows. Now I'm going to adjust this middle column in my table so that it's a lot smaller than the other 2, and that's going to give us that gap in between the first name and the last name. All I need to do then is enter in my text, so first name. I'm going to tab to move across and then enter in last name. Now what I'm going to do here to remove these borders is I'm going to select the entire table up to the design ribbon and into borders. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I want no borders. So now to get the line, all I need to do is select this first cell just here where it says first name, go back up to borders, and I'm going to add a top border. I'm going to do the same for last name, so we need to highlight that cell, up to borders, and add in a top border. And you can see very nicely that now gives us that form layout, and we have our gap in the middle. Let's hit enter a couple of times. And we're basically going to do something similar for job title, department, supervisor, and date hired. Again, this is just one table that's had the borders turned off in certain parts of the table. Now for this one, I'm going to need a 2-column by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. So let's insert that. Back up to insert, down to table. We're doing 2 columns by 7 rows. Like so. Now I'm going to move the boundary across a little bit, and I'm going to do a little bit of formatting on this table. So let's select the entire table up to the layout ribbon, and I'm going to adjust the height. So just here where it says table row height, and in fact I'm just going to check what I've set it to in my document on the right hand side. I can see that I've set the row height here to 0.8 centimeters. So let's do the same with this table. I'm going to use my scroll buttons, and I'm going to make that 0.8 centimeters. Now I can see here that I have job title, department, supervisor, and date hired. I can see that those are centered within the cell. So I'm going to hover my mouse over that first column until I get that black arrow and click to select that column. Up to the layout ribbon, into alignment, and I'm going to say I want everything aligned to the center, both horizontally and vertically. And for the other column, I just want these to be aligned to the center, but to the left-hand side. So now what I can do here is I can go through and enter in my text. So we're going to say job title. Now I'm going to leave a row in between each of these. Department. Supervisor, and then finally we have date hired. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially remove the borders from these dividing rows just to make it look a little bit neater. So I'm going to select the first blank row. I'm going to go up to my design ribbon and back into borders. And there's a few things I need to change in here. So what I'm going to say is I want to turn off the inside vertical border. And you see as I hover over that, it removes that vertical boundary line from within that cell. I'm then going to go back up to borders, and I'm going to remove the left border and also the right border. And when I click away, you can see that that pretty much gives me the look that I'm wanting. So I'm going to do exactly the same for these other blank rows. Select the row, up to borders, turn off inside vertical border, left border, and right border. And then the final one, up to borders, inside vertical row, and turn off left border and right border. And now we have pretty much the look that we're after. So now we want to add in this job type. Now this looks like I've just typed it into the document, but again, this is actually a table. And if I turn on my borders again so you can see what that looks like, it is a 2-column, 1-row table. So back to our document, up to insert, down to table, and we're going to say 2 columns with 1 row. I'm going to adjust that boundary. And again, I'm going to modify the height of this table. So let's take a look at the height of the table in the right-hand document. Up to layout, I can see that the height here is 1.2 centimeters. So back to our table, up to layout, and let's just adjust that to 1.2. I can also see here that with the alignment, I have this in the middle but to the left. Now I actually think in mine, I want this job type centered both horizontally and vertically. So I'm going to select the column, go up to alignment, and I'm going to say center horizontally and vertically within the cell. And for the second column, I can see that these ones are aligned to the left. So I want to select this column, go up to alignment, and align center left. So now I can type in job type. And what I want to do is just remove all of the borders from this table. So back up to design, into borders, and for this one, I'm going to say no borders. Now, if at this stage, when you remove the borders and you think, actually, job type looks a little bit strange, being kind of indented from the rest, then of course you can go in and modify this. So once again, I can just select that column. I'm going to go up to layout, back to alignment, and maybe I decide that align center left is going to look a little bit better. So let's press enter again, and this time we have some text. Has this employee completed compliance training? And what I'm going to do is underneath here, I'm going to put in the word yes. I'm going to press my tab key a couple of times and then put in the word no. And then the final sentence that we have in here has this employee passed probation? And again, I'm going to do the same thing. Yes, tab, tab, no. And I want to make sure I have enough space at the bottom to add in my submit button. So that is pretty much it. We've created the bare bones of a form. And hopefully you've seen how easy that is. Of course, there's numerous different types of forms you can create, and you can create them in whatever way you like. But I wanted to give you an example of how you can very quickly create something, really just using tables, formatting, borders, things like that. In the next module, I'm going to show you how you can go in and start adding content controls to your form. So please join me for that.
If you're not a subscriber, click down below to subscribe so you get notified about similar videos we upload. To get the files the instructor used in this tutorial and follow along, click over there. And click over there to watch more videos on YouTube from Simon Says It.